Wolves. A little uncharacteristic for an early penalty for the Wolves. Last week they played a very clean game. Duggar takes the snap, hands it off to Owens again. Tackled right around the line of scrimmage.
And really, like as you mentioned, uncharacteristic indeed, and really on both sides as well. 2 offsides penalties to start off the game. The linemen they're antsy. They want to get that head start off the snap and try to make a play. They want some stacks and try to get the defense going.
Duggar motioning Owens across the field again. Or I'm sorry, Russell across the field. The snap, the pass is batted in the air by Desert Mountain, and it's almost picked off. It's going to be 4th down and about 5, and they are sending out the punting unit. Just again, just more dominance from the Desert Mountain defense, just continuing what they had going last week.
Yeah, indeed, continue what they had going last week. A quick batter there. Off into the floor. It could have been their 3rd interception of the year, and luckily it didn't quite crowd into the hands of one of the defenders, and going to force a quick punt here to redeem the offense back into the field.
Snap is a little high, and the punt gets it off. A little bit of a weird spin there, and it's going to be downed by the Mustangs right around the 45.
So we do have a flag on the field. What a close call there. Almost a block punt there as well to add on to the special teams as well. And it's just not offense and defense, but the special teams by the Wolves. They're all implemented into this game, and it almost collided into a block punt.
With that near collision, did they touch the punter? Is that going to be roughing the kicker?
Hard to tell if it's going to be the roughing the kicker. I mean, everyone's right by the midfield.
Looks like it was a holding call on the Wolves.
Looks like you were right. It is a holding call.
Well, here comes McDonough again to take over on offense from the 35. Solid field position, but you know Coach Conrad Hamilton would have loved to see them starting off at the 40.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure he's not satisfied with that penalty. The holding call didn't quite catch where it happened, but the holding call takes him back 10 yards.
Empty backfield for McDonough. Takes the snap, drops back. And he's going to run for it. And gets a block and gets about 7 or 8 yards, and there's a flag. I think that's going to be a block in the back.
Yeah, it seems like one of the Desert Mountain offense. It was actually number 5, Ryan McDonough, the brother, trying to get a quick blindside hit. Didn't quite go the way he wanted him to go, and it looks like it might just go back.
Yeah, but it's a blindside block against the Wolves, and that'll take him back even more than when they started. It's going to be 1st down and about 20 yards to go.
Back-to-back penalties by the Wolves, not characteristic out of the team.
So what do the Mustangs, what do you think the Mustangs have to do to stop this high-powered Desert Mountain offense? Because last week, it didn't work out against Palos Verdes from California. They lost 50-8. Obviously, Duggar had the rough night, but what can they do on defense to stop this offense?
And obviously, it has to be that big play. Obviously, you can't let the big plays happen just like that on that previous drive where McDonough connected with Journey to take it all the way to the touchdown. You got to prevent those big plays from happening.
And that handoff to Max Sheffrin is blown up in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 3 or 4 yards for the Wolves. I'm telling you, Sebastian, this has got to be the most – this is a little uncharacteristic for the Wolves as far as this is about as – let's just call it sloppy or out of rhythm that they've been out of any drive they've had all season. And McDonough takes the snap and dumps it off to Dylan Hipp, the talented tight end that is committed to Ole Miss, and he runs it for about 10 yards. And it's going to be 3rd and about 7 yards to go.
And yeah, it's just like you mentioned, kind of sloppy to start off the game, but nonetheless, they're still able to score. They do have the lead here. It's probably just the game jitters, getting the jitters out of their stomach, out of their bodies, and try to get themselves into the field, into this game with the right mindset. And we'll see what happens once that coolness runs out.
Coach Hamilton has got to be excited already to get that big tight end incorporated. He's such a big part of this high-powered offense. And McDonough takes the snap, rolls to his left, and he's going to run for it. Tries to break a tackle and stretch for it. He might have got the first down. Looks like with the spot, he's going to get it, yes. First down, Wolves.
As the referees are going to try to confirm.
No, they're going to.
Just short,
It looks like he's about a foot short. It's 4th down and about a foot from the 45-yard line.
I don't doubt that they're going to go for it here. Probably a quick QB sneak into the play.
It looks like it. Yep, McDonough takes the snap and is just bowling forward, and it looks like he got the first down and more. It's going to be first down Wolves from about the 50-yard line.
And, going for that 4th down, that just shows how much trust Coach Hamilton has with Brady McDonough there, allowing his offense to stay out on that pretty crucial 4th down. They're still in their own territory, and in not getting that, you give Sunrise Mountain the potential field, that great field position to obviously try to tie the game or take the lead.
It seems like it's staying right on script with him. It's staying with the same kind of calls he's had or at least last game. It's just a lot of aggression, and that handoff breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to go all the way. Max Sheffrin with a 50-yard touchdown, and it's going to be 12-0 Wolves.
Wow, what a play there from Max Sheffrin. Taking it to the house, and that's something that you can't not happen if you're Sunrise Mountain. You can't let those big plays from happening. Should have probably been a gain of 6, and it resulted in a touchdown, and the Wolves just doubled their lead.
Sheffrin took the handoff right up the middle and just broke arm tackle after arm tackle. And they're out for the kick again. Snap is good, and Weeks' kick is through the uprights. It is 13-0, Desert Mountain.
Great offensive piece there from Brady McDonough, and it all starts with that 4th down. You convert the 4th down there, and 2 plays later, you get Max Shearfriend taking it to the house. And something important to note, that Max Shearfriend, he didn't get his touchdown last week. He got an interception, but he couldn't quite complete the touchdowns, and they were right on their own end zone, or in the opposition end zone, on 1st and goal on the 1-yard line, and Shearfriend could not go in on 4th downs. They were still able to score it, but it wasn't Shearfriend who couldn't corral his touchdown, and he's able to get his first touchdown of the season by that huge run.
Looks like this week, the talented senior Sheffrin, he's going to be a big part of their game plan this week. He already has, obviously, that big play and a few more carries already. They're already getting him involved in the offense early and often.
And that's really huge out of Desert Mountain to get their running offense as well. If I recall it correctly, they only ran for approximately 35 yards in last week's game. They couldn't get the running game going. And who else than Max Shearfriend to take it to the house on about approximately 40 yards touchdown there to double the lead and give Wolves that comfy cushion.
Yeah, they only had 45 yards on the ground last week, but it seems like they didn't have a chance to get that set up, and the kick is fielded by the Mustangs. Takes it back, and he's going to be stopped right after the 15-yard line. Obviously, in hindsight, you would have liked to get a fair catch there, but it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, and Coach Decker's hoping he can see Vander Duggan get something going with that offense.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something important that we needed to note, that when I got to talk with Coach for Sunrise Mountain, he really implemented that he wanted the tempo. He wanted to control the game, and already down 2 scores. It's not the way he wanted to go, but there's still plenty of time here as we're just approaching under 5 minutes here in the first quarter.
Duggar in shotgun motions Russell across, and that play is blown up in the backfield. Brody Olson with a huge play in the backfield and a loss. Or no, it's just no gain. Empty backfield for Duggar. Takes the snap, drops back, rolls out, and he is going to be sacked. Lucas Blumming, the captain, with a sack already and a loss of about 15 yards.
And just like you said, huge play there from Lucas Blooming. Absolutely getting that huge sack, and I believe it's going to be their first sack of the game, and the defense is coming alive here.
3rd down and a mile, and it looks like did someone jump? Someone jumped on the Mustangs line.
Yeah, it was Tony Cumberland there with that excessive play there, pushing the center off the ball. It's probably going to be an offsides from him.
Cumberland going right after Braylon Horn. And that Wolves defensive line is a little jumpy right now.
Yeah, you say it, jumpy. That's 3 penalties on them on the line, and you know that huge sack resulted in a big loss, and all of a sudden Sunrise Mountain get those yards back.
Duggar still in shotgun. Owens to his left. Russell motioning across the field. Takes the snap, rolls out to his left. And he throws it out to Olson, and it's a catch. Olson with a 15-yard catch in the first down. Mustangs are going to move it up to the 35-yard line. Or 30-yard line, I'm sorry. First down Mustangs. A little too early on that snap.
This is going to be a timeout. It is going to be an injured player on the field, and let's go back to that previous play from Duggar. Absolutely finding his receiver to pick up that huge gain, and it goes from that big sack off the defense into 2 penalties to get them even closer, and they were able to concede that first down. And just like that, a spark in the offense for Sunrise Mountain.
And they're going to need a spark in that offense all year if Coach Decker is going to get Sunrise Mountain back on track. After a rough year last year, they're trying to get just back to their winning ways. This team, they climbed up through the ranks after a couple losing seasons over a decade ago. They dropped down to D3 in 2011. They got up to 4A in 2016, and in 2018, and since then they've been in 5A. Last year's rough year, they were 3-7, 0-4 in conference play. But it's not too long ago that they were the 2020 5A state champions. There's a Desert Mountain player still on the field needing assistance from the medical staff. And it looks like he's going to get up in his own power.
It's a good sight to see always.
That is number 34, Cassius Atherton. We hope he's okay. Hope it's nothing too serious. Obviously, you don't want to speculate about any kind of injury, but you want to hope it's the best case scenario, and he's running off the field under his own power.
Yeah, most likely they'll probably give him some time off, hopefully reevaluate him. Hopefully he's okay. Probably might be something with the stomach. Hopefully he's going to do okay, and hopefully we'll see him back on the field.
Yes, obviously, hopefully it's just something minor like a cramp or something from this heat, but hopefully he'll be okay, and the Desert Mountain defense will take the field without him to do what they can against Vanden Duggar and that Mustangs offense. Empty backfield for Duggar. 3 receivers to his right. Drops back with the snap and passes it to Dennis Ionica, who is tackled for what looks like about no gain. That screenplay was blown up by the Desert Mountain defense right away.
Yeah, and it's a great play there from the Wolves. And obviously, you got Sunrise Mountain. The Mustangs are trying to get that offense going with the passing game, and that trips wasn't quite there as it was sniffed out there by the Wolves. And we're going to see what Duggar has here. He's going to try to get some reads off.
Looks like Duggar might be changing the protection or calling out a blitz. Drops back with the snap, and he's in trouble now and has to throw it away.
Does indeed throw it, and there's going to be intentional grounding off of Duggar as we have one of the left side ref throwing the flag kind of late there, but will be a loss of yards and a loss of play.
Tony Cumberland, the big-time D lineman for Desert Mountain, in there on the pressure. And by big time, I mean big time. He's a 4-star recruit with offers from ASU, U of A, Ohio State, Ole Miss, and Oregon. We'll be seeing him play on Sundays in a couple years. Looks like Sunrise Mountain goes with the hard count again. And the Desert Mountain defense still jumping throughout
inside.
The it's going to be 4th down and 5.
Yeah, it looked like it was Tony Cumberland who jumped there again.
Duggar back in shotgun still. And another jump by the Desert Mountain defense.
58. That's 5
This is not the way you want to go. You're the defensive lineman. Coach Hamilton's going to want to talk with his defensive coordinator. That's 5 penalties already on the Wolves from just offsides. The hard count's working well for the Mustangs, and if it's going to keep on working, they'll be on the goal line with no trouble whatsoever.
1st down and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Mustangs. Duggar's going to change the play. Back in shotgun. And he sees something. He's going to try and make a quick audible. And that is going to be a timeout by Sunrise Mountain.
Yeah, I think Coach Stecker wanted to prevent the play from extending the time period as, yeah, Duggar, he's going for those hard counts now every single play. And Desert Mountain doesn't seem to be improving, and I always seem jumpy. They're still not out of the rhythm just yet. And they like I said, they want to get that head start. They want to make a big play and try to get those sacks, but it's been back-to-back, and this drive has just been resulting in just penalties for the Wolves.
I guess Coach Steve Decker saw something he didn't like, and he's going to change that because, I mean, usually you only got 1 or 2 plays called in the huddle, and at this point, they were trying to just go to play 5, 6, 7 and pull something out of the back of the playbook. And they will be back to play in a few seconds.
Yeah, and I think if you're Coach Hamilton here and you're trying to talk to your players again, especially that defensive lineman, the defensive end, the defensive linemen, you got to tell them to calm down a bit. Just play by the ball. You don't have to always try to get that jump start and try to prevent those penalties. It's been really attacking them so far. And the Mustangs, although they haven't been making much plays, they've been using those yards towards their advantage, and they're about to reach midfield here.
They're going to need to clean up those penalties if they want to keep this lead and if they want to win. These teams met a few years ago, and Desert Mountain took that last contest back in November 2021. Duggar is back on the field with the Mustangs offense in shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, looking for something, has to run it, and he will be taken down right around the 43-yard line.
good estimate there. And a good play there to stop Duggar from achieving more yards there. And you see the pocket breaking down, and it's really an excellent job from Duggar to extending that play. And whether there's no receivers open, just takes matters into his own action and just runs it for a couple yards, and he's going to have a good field position on a 2nd and approximately 7.
Looks like it's 2nd and 7 from the 42, 43-yard line. Duggar's going to go and, Duggar's coming out. And they've got Braden Darling, the junior, coming in for a play.
Probably some college issues.
And he hands it off to Owens for a gain of about a yard.
Yeah, we'll see what happened with Duggar's here. I think it was something with his jersey. He couldn't quite fix it, and the referees told him to just leave the play. And now they have Darling in the play, and he's still in the backfield right now. Let's see what happens here.
Duggar calling the signals out, the 5'11" junior.
It's still Darling.
Darling. In shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back. And he throws it to Logan Russell for a minimal gain. Or a loss of about 2. And they've got the punting unit coming back out. Coach Decker couldn't like what he saw there, but obviously they didn't have Duggar out there. Hope everything's okay with Duggar. Hope it's just something small like the jersey.
Yeah, hopefully indeed.
Jack Freeberg back to receive the kick. Takes it to his left, and he's running for a pretty good gain. Tries to break a tackle and is taken down at the 30-yard line. McDonough and the Desert Mountain offense back to work. Again, if you're joining us, it is 13-0 Desert Mountain with 1:14 to play in the first quarter. Desert Mountain uncharacteristically has constant penalties on defense. Constant jumping from up front. McDonough in shotgun. Rushers drop back. McDonough dumps it off to Jack Freeberg again for a loss of about 1.
And something else I want to mention, Jack Freeberg, he's been quiet in today's game. I know we're just approaching under the minute mark for the first quarter, but last week he had a touchdown for 98 yards and 6 receptions. He had a really good game last week, and today I believe that was his first reception on the offense. He's been pretty quiet so far.
It's surprising that he's been so quiet. The Fordham commit, he's got offers to Georgetown, NAU. He had over 1,200 yards last year and 12 touchdowns. He's a huge part of this Wolves offense.
With Jack Freeberg, it's also Dylan Tapley, who's been quiet as well. He also had a touchdown for probably 75 yards last week too, and he's been quiet. It's really been the receiver corps that haven't been doing much damage. It's really been the running game, and it's been proving it so far.
McDonough back in shotgun. Back to his left. And looks like they don't have the play ready, and they're just going to wait for the clock to run out. At the end of the first quarter, Desert Mountain up 13-0.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as the social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
Welcome back from break. Brady McDonough and the Desert Mountain Wolves offense out to get something going. It is 3rd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. McDonough drops back and dumps it off to Freeberg. Incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down for the Desert Mountain offense.
Looks like they're going to punt, and that's something that we didn't really see much in the last week game against Verado, and honestly, that's a good sign if you're the Mustangs defense here, forcing, I believe it was the 3 and out. I'm not sure if they were able to get a first down on that previous drive, but forcing that 4th down.
Coach Decker's got to love what he sees from that drive. If they're going to beat the Wolves, they got to keep it a low-scoring game. Their loss in 2021 was 17-8, and they're hoping for something similar to that. Obviously hoping the offense could get more than 8 there.
Oh, really? 17-8. What a low-scoring game.
And that is the only time in the last at least 15 years that these two have played each other. High punt fielded by Elijah Mendez, and he is taken down at the 10-yard line.
Wow, what a punt there from Tyler Stafford.
Unbelievable job by the coverage team. Pinning the Mustangs offense inside the 15, right around the 10 or 11-yard line. Coach Hamilton's got to love what he's seeing from his special teams unit there.
Being involved in this journey as well, and now that the offense is coming out for the Mustangs, they should really just take this play by play, and they should be happy that they're only down by 2 scores right now to try to make this a close game, and we'll see what this drive comes upon.
Is there anything that you saw in that first quarter that you really think that the Mustangs could build on?
Really, that last drive, you know, the hard counts. They've been getting those Wolves, the defensive linemen, to jump. And those penalties, they help out. Even though they're only 5 yards, if those are necessary yards to continue the drive, you keep on doing it, and you use that to your advantage until the Wolves can figure something out on that part.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. Keep testing them until they prove they can hold up. Snap. Drops back, dumps it off to Elijah Mendez again, and he's going to go down for a gain of about 8 yards.
Just like that, that's what you want to look if you're Duggar there.
Second and about 1 yard line. Duggar in shotgun, hands it off to Owens again, and it looks like he got the first down, about 4 yards on that gain.
And honestly, props for the Mustangs. They continue to run the ball, even though it hasn't been going very well for them. They don't want to quit on it, and they let Owens continue to get the rock and try to power through. As, like you said, they got the first down, I believe. But we'll see what the ref decides on this play.
It's a commitment to that run game that they just couldn't get going last week. 28 yards on the ground. Obviously, a big part of that is Caden Lunsford, who had a 13-yard loss on 1 carry. But even without that, it's 13 carries for 41 yards. Obviously, if you're the Mustangs, you're hoping to get more than that.
Absolutely, and we'll see what really plays off there. They get the first down here, I believe, and just like that, I think you take it by those 4 first downs. You try to get as much as you can, and you just build off of that, the offense.
Second down and about 7 yards to go. Mendez motioning across, and it's handed off to him. And he goes down. Or I'm sorry, it was handed off to Owens.
Not giving up on that run game. They're going to try to fight through the middle, and that's brave considering how strong the Wolves' defensive linemen are.
Obviously, that Wolves defensive line is one of the best units on their team. What do you think that Sunrise Mountain could do to at least mitigate that a little bit? Do you think they're going to start calling up some play action, maybe a sweep here and there, maybe some screens, or is there just keep going with those hard counts and getting penalties?
And just like what happens right here, it's going to be the hard count. They jumped again. I'm not sure who quite got it there. I believe it was Cassius who got that jump there. And you start off with those jumps. You get those 5 yards easily. And if you want to make a play in there, I think the slants really gives them some free open plays and to get some small yards there.
I will take the blame for that announcer's curse right there. Duggar takes the snap, and Owens is going to go all the way right up the middle. No, he is taken down at the 28-yard line. Big hustle play by the Desert Mountain defense to save what could have been a touchdown. Huge play for the Mustangs, though. Biggest play of the night for them. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Mustangs from the 25-yard line. Duggar takes the snap, rolls to his right, and he's going to run for a gain of about 1.
And take a look at that pass play as well. The run game. Who would have thought it was going to be the run game to start off that huge spark? Approximately a gain of about 40 yards. Couldn't quite make out how much he gained there, but what a huge play there. And now the Mustangs with something to go with in this drive.
Sunrise Mountain hoping to get their 2nd touchdown of the year and keep the game within 1 score, maybe even tie it before half. Duggar takes the snap and hands it off to Nicholas Bombacci. And he gets a gain of about a yard. The Mustangs offense trying to get everyone involved.
Everyone indeed.
Duggar trying to get the play to everyone. Back in shotgun. And it's a timeout on Desert Mountain.
Couldn't quite tell that was about to be a delay of game, but quick timeout here. Try to get the minds back together for the team.
So, Sebastian, if you're Coach Hamilton, what are you telling the defense who has been very jumpy, very on edge, and just gave up that huge play right there? What are you telling them in this huddle right now?
I'm just telling them to calm down. Let's take it day by day here. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 9, and you stop those 2 run plays from happening there, and you just got to take it slow here. You know, you got to remember you have the lead here, and it's really been your defensive linemen who's been making the big plays today, and why stop them from getting into their own heads? You just tell them, hey, those penalties are going to affect you. Let's just relax, take it down a tone, and let's just play the play every single time, and let's just avoid those penalties. And, you know, you got to forget about that past play that already happened. You just got to focus on the present and try to make a big play here. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. You stop them here and try to force the field goal there and potentially just come out with nothing.
3rd down and about 8 or 9 to go. Duggar in shotgun. Motions Russell across. Takes the snap. Looking deep. And that pass is no good. Intended for Dennis Ionica. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done, but it is a fairly experienced team for Desert Mountain as far as telling them to calm down, telling them to play it and take it day by day. There are 16 starters coming back from last year from a team that made it to the 5A semifinal game. And Sunrise Mountain, 4th down, is going to kick it, hoping to get something on the board.
They got it.
And the kick is no good. Looks like a Wolves defender got in there somewhere and got a hand on it.
Excuse my miscall there. It looked good. This angle's really been torturing my eyes today. This entire game, I thought it looked good from my angle, but clearly not.
Hey, we'll make it through. You're a grinder. Coach Steve Decker's got to be disappointed with that drive there after such a huge play. Sets him up almost a sure thing for at least a field goal, even a touchdown. And the Desert Mountain defense gets bailed out by that missed kick, and McDonough is back on the field. Still 13-0.
Yeah, 13-0 under their name in this play.
McDonough takes the snap and hands it off. And that is going to be a first. Did he get enough for the first down? No, it looks like it's about an 8-yard gain by Ryan McDonough.
So we'll see what happens there, and then if you're Coach Hamilton, you're happy with what just happened on that last play. Although you want to, you don't want to forget what that play occurred to with that big, huge run, but you're happy that your defense comes out forcing the missed field goal.
Looks like it's a timeout or it's an injury timeout. I'm sorry, but for the Wolves offense, the main point is obviously Brady McDonough, the senior 3-star Navy commit. It's really his first time in his career being the guy for the Wolves. Obviously, last year he split time with Drew Tapley, who is now over at Drake. Tapley had a great career over at Desert Mountain. He was first-team All-Region his junior year. He was 174 of 250, had 24 touchdowns, and led Desert Mountain to an 11-2 record. It was the team's best year in school history. But last year, McDonough tore his ACL in that before that semifinal game, and he's hoping for this year to be his first fully healthy season on varsity before he goes off to Navy. And McDonough's running back on the field after the injury timeout.
And yeah, more to what you mentioned, he tore his ACL, and to be back in under a year is so impressive. And if high school had a comeback player of the year, obviously McDonough would be one of those big candidates.
Empty backfield for McDonough. Motioning Max Sheffrin into the backfield, and that's a fumble. Looks like Sunrise Mountain might have the ball. Punched right out of McDonough's hands by a Sunrise Mountain defender.
Looks like still recovered by Desert Mountain.
Desert Mountain catches a break there.
If anything, it's going to be a pretty big gain to get the first down on that fumble.
Now going back to, it's obviously impressive for McDonough to be back after that ACL injury, but almost as impressive in split time with Tapley last year. He had 97 completions and over 1,500 yards, 17 touchdowns, 7 picks. I mean, it was really productive. McDonough takes the snap and throws it to Ryan McDonough, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete indeed. It was like a bit of a pressure heading into that right side defensive end for the Mustangs. Able to make some good pressure there and force Brady to give out the bad pass to his own brother for the incompletion, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10 still.
2nd and 10 for the Wolves, hoping to get some insurance before halftime. For those of you joining us, 8:06 on the clock in the 2nd quarter. It is 13-0 Desert Mountain. McDonough motions, takes the snap and throws it to Journey Solomon, who catches it at right past midfield.
Huge play there from Brady, able to outspeed it, just able to find Journey there. And Journey, can't forget about him. He made that huge reception in that 1st quarter to take it all the way to the house and really start off the scoring spree for the Wolves.
Solomon's been a big part of the Desert Mountain production today, and it looks like they're going to keep him involved all night. The Wolves in I formation. McDonough pitches it to Ryan McDonough, who runs it, tries to break a tackle, and is taken down right at the 39-yard line, it looks like, and that's going to be a first down for the Wolves.
What a great run there from McDonough, the brother of Brady, able to make a huge play there and try to get that running game going. They've been a bit quiet now, and it's really been the offense has been a bit quiet, but this drive, they're making some big plays here, some explosives, and they're going to try to get another touchdown onto their total.
Looks like Coach Hamilton is really leaning into the running game, trying to scheme some guys open with some screens over here, and they're motioning. And that pass from McDonough is incomplete, just a little off target. Pass was intended for Lucas Blooming, one of the Desert Mountain captains. Now, what do you think? I'm not sure if it's a different game plan or different personnel that they're running, but what do you think has been the difference between tonight from the Desert Mountain offense and last week?
Well, I feel like they're not having like more what they used to having. You know, usually they have more control of the offense. They're a bit more organized in a way. But in comparison to last week, they were already up 31-0 by this time in the second quarter. And now they only scored 2 touchdowns. I feel like something's missing out of the pieces, and I feel like you have to bring up the receiving corps. Jack Freeberg and Dylan Tapley, they're not getting connected into the offense, and I feel like that's what's been lacking so far.
Timeout for the Wolves, and you got to get Dylan Tapley involved. The big wide receiver committed to ASU. He's got offers from Colorado State, Iowa State, U of A, Kansas. He had over 1,100 yards, 17 touchdowns last year. He's a big part of this offense, and they just haven't been able to get him involved.
And, yeah, really the big props goes to the Mustangs defense. They're shutting him down. They're not letting him get his good looks there. And, there's been a couple targets to Jack Freeberg, and he isn't quite able to make the good corral there. And Dylan Tapley, I haven't really heard much of his name at all in this game. And so hopefully with this timeout, and just like you mentioned before, what I feel like the Wolves are lacking is just that try to get that receiving corps going, unless you just want to keep on throwing into Journey Solomon, who's really been making the big receiving plays in today's game.
Solomon coming off the field for this play. But obviously they're getting the running game involved a little more, which they weren't able to do last week, but it wasn't because they were getting stopped. It's because they were just getting chunk plays at will.
Absolutely. You couldn't take it more specific there. It's been the run game who's been more involved in today's game as well, and as he got a good touchdown play earlier in the first quarter, and ever since that touchdown, it's been pretty quiet for the offense.
Motion across the field, and Jack Freeberg takes the ball, and he breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to get a gain of about 8-9 yards. Is he going to get the first down? Freeberg with a great play on the jet sweep. Breaks 3-4 tackles before he even gets more than a yard past the line of scrimmage.
And what a better way to start off after that timeout to hit it to one of your main receivers, Jack Freeberg, able to get a good play there. If it's not in the receiving part, you could just give him a quick throw there, and he's able to make the magic after that.
Third down, about a yard or two for the Wolves. Hoping to pad on this lead. McDonough motions hip across and hands it off to Ryan McDonough, who stopped pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
It'll be interesting how much he gained here if he was able to get the first down, or even if they're not able to get the first down here, I don't doubt that they go for it here on fourth down.
From the ref spot, it looks like he got maybe a foot or two. No, he got the first down. First down, Wolves. First and 10 from the 29-yard line.
As indeed, it was a bit of a confusion there, but refs decided to give them the first down, and the drive continues here deep into their enemy territory.
Sheffrin in the backfield to the right of McDonough. 3 receivers to his left, drops back, looking, and he's under pressure and throws it up for Jack Freeberg again, and it's incomplete. Great job by the Mustangs defense to get quick pressure on McDonough on what is usually a very stout O-line for the Desert Mountain Wolves.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a scary sight there for the Mustangs. It was a one-on-one with Jack Freeberg and one of the DBs for the Mustangs, and luckily he was able to make the good play there, and Jack Freeberg unable to corral the ball and force the second down to come up here.
Bit high for Freeberg to be able to catch that, but it's still a solid play for McDonough to even get it close under so much pressure. McDonough motions Brody Olson and hands it off. And there's a flag on the field. Multiple flags on the field. Looks like it's going to be, one of them is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Mustangs.
Couldn't quite make out there. Was it like a late hit at the very end?
One of the Mustangs was shoving a Desert Mountain player
44, he is ejected.
way after the whistle.
Yes.
Obviously not the way you want to do there if you're the Mustangs. You know,
You
the
hit the
Wolves
kid
are
in the
deep
head.
into your territory, and allowing that unsportsmanlike conduct is going to give them free yards, and they're going to be in the goal line here pretty soon.
Especially on a night when the Mustangs have really benefited from them taking advantage of the Wolves and all of the penalties that they've been able to get out of them. One of the few penalties the Mustangs have gotten so far, and it puts the Wolves in really, really good position. It's going to be 1st and 10 inside the red zone, maybe even inside the 10. Looks like 1st and 10 from right around the 10 or 11 yard line. McDonough in shotgun with Russell to his left. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Dennis Ionica out on his own. McDonough drops back looking for Ionica and throws it up, and it's incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
Seems like the back ref saw a bit of a handsy play there, decides to throw the flag there. Could be controversial, but we'll see what the play results into here.
Looks like that was Tillman, or I'm sorry, it looks like it was Christian Trotter in on coverage. And that looks like it's a penalty against the Mustangs. What an unfortunate time to get a penalty, another penalty for the Mustangs. They've done a fairly good job of holding the Wolves offense so far. And the Wolves are going to have the ball at right around the 5 yard line. McDonough floats it out, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Jack Freeberg again.
Bit of a similar play from that last one, unable to try to connect the dots to Jack Freeberg. And it's great to see Brady McDonough trying to connect with his top receiver so far in Jack Freeberg. It's been really more of the defense able to be in the right position at the right time.
Well, we're going to move it again because we got more dirty laundry on the field.
We'll have 1st down again.
Flag on the play. Looks like it was against Desert Mountain. They're moving the ball back to about the 18 yard line. McDonough getting everyone set. Max Sheffrin in the backfield to his left. 3 receivers to his left. Dylan Tapley out wide alone. McDonough's going to take it on his own, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, breaks another tackle, tries to run over a man, and he's got it down inside the 10 yard line.
Even though not resulting in a touchdown, what a play there from McDonough, breaking 3 tackles there and get as much yards as he can.
McDonough showing off that strength, that speed, that athleticism that Navy loves so much, and he's gonna be a big part of their offense in coming years.
Absolutely.
Desert Mountain coming out of the huddle. McDonough in an empty backfield. Freeberg out on his own. They're motioning hip across. Hands it off to Scheffrin, and looks like he's down right around the 1-yard line.
So close. He's trying to get his second touchdown here. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it back to him here on this upcoming play.
4:28 left on the clock. 13-0, Desert Mountain Wolves. We're here in Peoria, live at Sunrise Mountain High School. And the Desert Mountain Wolves are looking to put this game at 3 scores before halftime. McDonough hands it off to Scheffrin again. And
the refs are going to count him down there. I thought he crossed the goal line there. The
looks like he was just short.
What a play there by the Mustangs.
What a play by Tillman Teichman, the senior linebacker. McDonough takes the handoff and hands it to Scheffrin again, and it's blown up in the backfield.
The Mustangs read that play like a book.
Blown up for a loss of about 3 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line.
A huge play coming up, and really the respect to the Mustangs defense not allowing the Wolves to get this touchdown. They've been feisty on this drive.
Yes, they have, and they're hoping to get more of the same moving forward. 3rd and 4 for the Wolves. McDonough motions, drops back, and throws it, and it is caught by Scheffrin. He didn't get enough.
Did not indeed. Back-to-back plays of revolving Scheffrin, and he's unable to get into that pylon, and it's really been somewhat of a similar play from last week with Verado, as Scheffrin had 3 plays to go inside the goal line, and they weren't able to quite finish it off here, and they're going to go for it here.
Looks like they're going to go for it. Looks like they're going to sneak it, and there's a flag on the play, but I think that Desert Mountain might have gotten it.
Would they have gone there or
Did
not?
he fumble it or get it?
I heard fumble. We'll see what the call is on the field. There's also a flag on the field as well. Can't forget that.
They got a push up front, but looks like McDonough lost the ball, it looks like.
Does this look like the refs are going to try to shape this out? It's going to be an important convo here, as we're going to see what happens. And that it looks like the Mustangs, they're celebrating, the Mustang fans.
Depends on if he fumbled it on the snap or after he passed the goal line. Either way, it's either a touchdown and an 18-0 lead for the Wolves. And there's also that penalty flag on the field.
What a huge play would it be, and what a huge 4th turnover if the Mustangs are able to stop them down the 4th and 1 and preventing them from scoring another touchdown.
Penalty on the field is against the Wolves again, and it's going to be back to 4th down from the 10-yard line. And they have Weeks out on the field to kick it. This would make it a 16-0 lead for the Wolves. Just about a 22-yard kick for Weeks. Timeout by the Mustangs.
So you're going to try to get it all together here, and let's recap there, Steven. What just happened? What a What a wild sequence there in the goal line. You know, I believe it was like more than 8 plays there. There was a penalty right before that resetted the downs, and the Mustangs defense showing what they have and not allowing the Wolves to add on to their lead, and they're going to force the field goal unit to come out.
It's been a pretty lengthy drive, well over 4 minutes already, and it's going to keep going. And we are going to be right around the 2-minute warning by the time this one ends. But the Wolves have got to be disappointed that they couldn't come up with a touchdown there. They had several plays inside the 5.
Several plays indeed. And you have to point at Schifrin, who had the majority of the ball there on those plays, and he wasn't allowed to go in. The Mustangs denied him.
Coach Decker has got to be happy with his defense being able to make this stop. Snap is good, kick is good, and it is 16-0 Wolves. 16-0, but could have been more. Wolves had the ball inside the 5-yard line for a long time, and the Sunrise Mountain defense was able to hold them to just a field goal from the 10.
Yeah, indeed, and despite allowing 3 points to go through the board there, you have to be proud of the Mustangs defense. That was a very long drive out of the Wolves, allowing him, stopping him from doing a bunch of stuff, and you have to forget there's been a couple penalties that were against the Mustangs, and despite all odds, they were in their own 1-yard line for 3 consecutive plays, and they didn't allow the Wolves to go inside that goal line and only allow the 3 points to go through. So you have to be happy there. But now the questions start arising here. You're down 16-0. You're down now 3 possessions with that field goal, and you need to get the offense to start going something. And you have only 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in this half.
They need to get something going, and it is Nicholas Bombacci and Elijah Mendez back deep to receive the kick. 2:27 left in the game, or in the half. I beg your pardon. 2:27 left in the half, 16-0. Desert Mountain Wolves. Mustangs are about to get the ball. And Sebastian, do you think the running game has been fairly productive for Sunrise Mountain? Do they try and keep that going?
Well, like you mentioned earlier, you can't really fix something that's broken, right? I mean, the running game hasn't been shut down, and it's been proven, you know, attempt after attempt, they were able to break through on that huge gain. You can't forget on their previous drive, and although it didn't really result into anything as they had their field goal missed, they were able to get the yards, and they were able to be on their opponent's territory for the first time in the game. And, you know, you're very limited on time, so you really want to look forward into trying to get your passing game going, but if your running game's there, you know, why stop it?
Time is obviously a factor. Duggar hands the snap off and looks like it's going to be a gain of a couple. Touchback has the Sunrise Mountain Mustangs starting on the 25. Second down and about 6 yards. Keeping on that running game for the Mustangs.
Just like you mentioned, keeping that running game as well. They're not going to let that go, and we'll see what Duggar could come out here.
McDonough motions Owens over to his right, drops back, rolls out to his right, and he's going to run for it. Taken out on the sideline. Pushed out by Elijah Mears, the senior corner for Desert Mountain. 3rd down and 5 for the Mustangs.
They're going to need to go for a pass here if they want to continue the drive going. Can't let the clock run down. We're going to approach in just under 2 minutes.
1:47 left on the clock, 16-0 Mustangs. And that is going to be looks like it's going to be a false start penalty possibly on Dennis Ionica. Yes, false start on the Mustangs. Ionica had the snap count wrong and got ready on his route just a little too early.
It's a huge blow there by the Mustangs. You know, you use your last 2 plays to get 5 yards, and just a penalty just brings the yards back to nothing.
Here's huge penalty for the Mustangs, trying to get this to a 2-score game before halftime. It's 3rd down and 10 from the 25-yard line, 20-yard line. Duggar takes the snap, hands it off to Owens, and he's going to get close to the 1st down.
It's going to be interesting what they get here. It is going to be a 4th down here. It's going to be weird if they're going to try to go for it here. Still time left. If they don't get it here, the Wolves are going to have prime position to score once again.
4th down and about a yard for the Wolves, or I'm sorry, for the Mustangs. Timeout, Desert Mountain. Going to take a moment to get their run scheme possibly dialed in. Now, if you're Sunrise Mountain, Sebastian, what are you doing on this play? Are you just pounding the rock, trying to get just get that last yard, or are you trying to scheme something open, hope maybe busted coverage, get someone beat down deep, and the handoff? Duggar takes the handoff, and he runs for about 10 yards there. He gets the 1st down and more. Mustangs in hurry up, trying to get a play off, trying to stop the clock.
Couldn't help but notice, but felt like a bit of confusion there from the referees, not allowing the play to stop and just let it go.
1:15 on the clock. Duggar drops back, rolls out to his left. He's getting chased, trying to find something. Pass is complete to Dennis Ionica for the 1st down and more.
Yeah, great play there from Dennis Ionica. I feel like his route was just to go all the way, a go route there, but he decided to see that his quarterback was struggling. He comes back to the play, and able to make a good corral there.
1st and 10 Mustangs after the 13-yard completion, and Duggar stops the clock, spikes it, and we have 57 seconds to play in the half.
Now we could take some calm down here. They're playing the 2-minute warning game. Time is against them. They're across midfield, excuse me, and they have some time here. They could still run a couple plays there, and it's really been a great offensive piece there. That 4th and 1, huge, because if they wouldn't get that 4th down, Desert Mountain would have had the ball with a minute left and in prime position to add onto their tally.
Mustangs have the ball at the 44-yard line, hoping to at least get a field goal, but possibly more on this drive, make it a 2-score game. I'm sorry, make it a 1-score game. It's 16-0 Wolves. And that's going to be a penalty on the Wolves again, it looks like. Or I'm sorry, a penalty on the Mustangs. There was movement up front, false start on the Mustangs, 5-yard penalty, and it's going to be 2nd down and 15 from the 49-yard line.
Yeah, it was probably a bit of a confusion there from the center, unable to get the pieces together and just didn't want to snap the ball and just forced the false start there.
Looked like it was their guard, Gabriel Armijo. And Sunrise Mountain is going to go to work. 2nd and 15. Duggar drops back, rolls out to his right. Can't find anything, but he finds a receiver. And did he hold on? Pass to Menendez, 5-yard gain, and it is 3rd down and 10. Sunrise Mountain gets back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10 from the 48-yard line, and there is a flag on the field again.
A lot of flags in this first half.
Refs are getting busy. Not sure who the call is on, but it's a flag. The clock is stopped with 36.8 seconds to go. And Sunrise Mountain needs a big play right now if they want to get at least in field goal range, because right now it would be well over a 50-yard kick.
Yeah, it would be interesting if this penalty is on Desert Mountain. It might be another unsportsmanlike conduct, and if they're able to get these 15 yards, they could be in good position to run a couple more plays. And if it's on the Mustangs, and if it's 3rd and 10, it probably will be 3rd and 20, if any cases, and probably just run out the clock and try to regroup at halftime.
If it's on Desert Mountain, it would be an interesting halftime speech by Coach Hamilton. Tons of penalties throughout this game, but they still have a 16-0 lead, thanks to, frankly, a few lucky breaks and, for the most part, solid, very good play by their defense the entire game, keeping that Sunrise Mountain offense in check. 36.8 seconds left on the clock here in Peoria. Sunrise Mountain High School against Desert Mountain.
Yeah, they have the lead here. They're still up 16-0 as a two-possession game. And other than that, it hasn't been a very nice game for Desert Mountain. Tons of flags, and you have to fix that. Considering that you're still up 16-0, it's still a huge gain, and it's props to the defense not allowing the Mustangs to get anything going.
And that stoppage and clock is all for nothing, offsetting unsportsmanlike penalties on each team. Mustangs go back to work, 3rd and 10 from the 48. Duggar in shotgun, back to his left. Takes the snap, drops back, gonna scramble around, trying to find something downfield. And that pass is caught by Jason Keplinger. And it looks like he might have gotten close to that first down. Are they gonna give it to him? Yes, they will. 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Wow, what a huge play from Duggar. He met with one of the Wolves' defensive linemen on the back of the line of scrimmage, and he was able to make something out of nothing.
A huge play for them, but more importantly, he got out of bounds, and they were able to stop the clock. 27 seconds to go. Duggar drops back, and he has nowhere to go, and he's going to have to throw it away.
Luckily, there was a player in the area, so it wouldn't be counted as intentional grounding, but the least thing you want to do right now is get a sack and lose yards while losing the time as well.
Scheffrin in on the rush there, hurrying Duggar, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the 34-yard line for the Mustangs. Duggar takes the snap, drops back, throws it out, and it is offline, intended for Elijah Mendez. And there is going to be a flag, possibly a pass interference.
That's not a good penalty to give up there if you're the Wolves. There's still 17 seconds in this game. They're getting even more deeper into their own territory.
Santana Wilson in there on the play. Looks like he might have hit early. Yes, it's pass interference on Santana Wilson, the senior corner for Desert Mountain. Such a huge part of their team, the 4-star Texas commit. He's a really talented player, and Coach Hamilton can't like seeing that there.
Yeah, you can't let one of your top players get a penalty like that. And nonetheless, that's probably more than 10 penalties in just this first half.
Top player and a captain for that Desert Mountain Wolves defense that has been so stout all year long. Can they hold the Mustangs to 0 at half? 17.9 seconds left on the clock. Duggar in the backfield. Owens to his left. Duggar drops back and throws it deep out to Jason Keplinger, and it's just offline.
Just offline indeed. Wow, what a play that would have been. That would have resulted in a touchdown.
Owens and Keplinger can't find it on that 20-yard attempt. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. 12.1 seconds to go, 16-0 here at Sunrise Mountain.
It'll be interesting what to come up here if they're unable to get into that goal line. Are they going to try to go for the other field goal? They missed the first one earlier. We'll see what happens here.
Duggar looks like he's changing the play, motions Owens up, drops back, and he's under pressure. Throws it out to Russell, and he can't find him. 3rd down and 10 to go. 7.6 seconds left on the clock. Can they get a quick play, or they're going to go for the field goal? Andy Biddle out here on the field for what is about a 32-yard kick. Snap is good. Kick is blocked. Santana Wilson in there to block the kick, and it is recovered by the Mustangs, but it doesn't matter. At 1 second left on the clock, and the Wolves are going to go into halftime with a 16-0 lead.
Wow, what a play there. Defense able to stop them or prevent them just going for the field goal, and then special teams once again allowing nothing out of this Mustangs team to get going.
McDonough and the Wolves out here to take a knee and run out that last second of the game. And we are going into halftime, 16-0, Desert Mountain. Defense with a huge effort to keep it at 0 for the Mustangs. And we are going to go into half. Sebastian, what did you see on that drive?
Yeah, it was a good offensive piece there. It's a good offensive piece there from the Mustangs, but we'll talk more about it once we hit after halftime. We're going to be going into a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after halftime.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find her on Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sport. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the
Welcome
opposite
back.
spectrum.
We are going into the second half, everybody. I'm Stephen Buxton alongside Sebastian Mondaka still. Sunrise Mountain is about to kick it off to Desert Mountain after a really impressive and strange first half by the Wolves. A lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes, but they managed to keep the shutout. They found a way to get it done, and they have a 16-0 lead, and they're getting the ball right now.
Absolutely.
Kick is high, and it's going to be into the end zone for a touchback. And we're going to see Brady McDonough and the offense get back to work from the 25. Now, if you're Coach Decker with Sunrise Mountain, what did you tell the offense, defense, just the whole team in general at half? What would your message be?
So first and foremost, you have to congratulate the defense. You only allow 16 points through that first half against a very high-powered offense of the Desert Mountain Wolves. But more importantly, you have to talk with Duggar, your quarterback, and you got to get the offense going. You've been figuring it out here and there with a couple drives going around, but you just got to figure it out at that end.
Getting it going immediately with the running game, hands it off to Ryan McDonough, and he's going to get a gain of about 6 yards. Second down and about 4 for the Wolves. Second down right at the 25, right around the 28-yard line. Empty backfield for McDonough. Takes the snap, drops back, and he's looking for Dylan Tapley. They finally get him involved, breaks a couple tackles, and he is down right at the 44-yard line, it looks like.
Great play there from Dylan Tapley. Finally, we get to say his name. It only took us the first half to finally get them involved in this, and I feel like if you're Coach Hamilton, you want to talk to both your main receivers, Jack Freeberg and Dylan Tapley, and you got to wake them up. You got to be like, hey, let's make some plays here. Let's try to get Brady some good passes and, get the corrals, and from there you make the magic work. So it's glad to have him on the board.
Just a matter of time before they get the big ASU commit. The Sun Devils are excited to have him in a few years, and they're finally getting him involved with the offense. Hip motions across the formation, hands it off to McDonough again, and he is taken down. Hard run gets him about 5 yards. Tackled by Teichman, and it's going to be second down and about 6 from the 48-yard line.
And it's nice to see a shared backfield between McDonough and Schiefer, and it's going to be interesting what happens here on the backfield, but as always, offense connecting here, and then a good start here for the Wolves.
McDonough, the all-region kick returner last year, he's in the backfield, and it's a pass, and McDonough cannot connect with Tapley again. Tapley running a little out route just past the chains, and it just goes right off his hands.
2 out of the 3 plays heading towards Tapley's way. Great sign to try to get him into this game. Probably the mindset isn't there for him, but it shows the confidence and really the trust that McDonough has with Tapley, and it's only a matter of time before he has an explosive play.
Obviously, Sheffrin and Journey Solomon have been the majority of this offense, but they're really trying to get that three-headed monster, trying to get that going for the Wolves. McDonough drops back, throws the pass to Freeberg. Freeberg breaks a tackle, and he's going to be down at the 35-yard line. First down for the Wolves, and they've got their offense back in cooking from the half.
And that's what makes the Wolves so dangerous. If it isn't Tapley, it's Freeberg. One of those players are going to make a play, and just like that, Freeberg able to break off there and gain a couple yards.
McDonough keeps it, passes it to Tapley again. Tapley breaks a tackle and is pushed out of bounds right before he gets the first down. Tapley did not get the first down. He's just about 2 yards short. Second down and about 2 to go from the 30-yard line. Wolves offense already getting things going. And hoping to get some more points on the board coming out of half. McDonough drops back, looking deep. Throws it out to Tapley. Tapley made the catch right around the 15-yard line. Quickly already they're getting Tapley really involved with this offense.
Yeah, what a great motion there from Coach. Obviously had a good talk with him during that halftime. And just like that, he's been the majority of this offense in this drive. So it's awesome to see Tapley on the field. We'll see if he comes up with the touchdown and really just cap up this amazing drive from the Wolves.
I mean, if they can get him involved, I mean, 6'4", 205, and that's a pretty big target for McDonough to find, and that's a huge piece for that offense if they can get him and Freeberg and Hip all going. McDonough is sacked by Brock Robinson on the Sunrise Mountain defense, and he is taken down for a loss of about 6 yards. Second down, about 16, 17 yards to go. The Wolves are going to have it at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, what a great defensive play there by the Mustangs. Their defense really starts to show color once they're in their own red zone, and it's great to see that they stay composed, and despite all odds, they're going to try to make a play here.
Freeberg on the bottom of your screen, out alone. Hand off to Sheffrin again, and he's going to go for the touchdown. Breaks a couple tackles, takes it to the corner, and dives into the end zone. And the refs ruled him down. He was pushed out of bounds just short, about a yard short. It's going to be first and goal from about the 1-yard line.
We've been in this situation before, and the last time this happened, the Mustangs were able to collapse the Wolves' offense, so it's going to be interesting what he wants. Let's see if Schifrin, try to get his touchdown here.
Schifrin in the backfield. McDonough trying to get the play changed at the line. Motions Schifrin. McDonough throws it, and the pass is caught by Tapley, and that's a quick touchdown for the Wolves, or for the Wolves coming out of half. 22-0. 7:36 to play in the third quarter. And the Wolves have everything clicking coming out of half.
Yeah, and first and foremost, we have to mention the man, Dylan Tapley. He was quiet the entire first half, and all of a sudden, he decided to take this whole drive into his own manners and able to score the touchdown.
And I was talking about, I mean, how huge he is for the offense. Figurative, literally. I mean, he's a massive target, and he used all of that 6'4" frame to get that contested catch in the end zone. 22-0 Mustangs. 7:36 to play. And they're about to kick it back to 22-0 Wolves. They're about to kick it back to the Mustangs. And let's see if that Sunrise Mountain offense can get something going. Let's see if Coach Decker's speech had any effect.
Yeah, that's going to be important, how the Mustangs respond to that touchdown. They allowed only 16 points, and right off the first drive, the Wolves score another touchdown, and now they're up multiple score lines now with the 22-0. And now the Mustangs need to respond. They desperately need a touchdown. They need points on the board, and let's see what could happen here with Duggar in the backfield.
The kick is high, and it is fielded by Keplinger, but that's going to be a touchback. First and 10 for the Sunrise Mountain offense, and let's see what they can get going at the start of the half. Vanden Duggar and Parker Owens seemed to have something going right before half, but they couldn't come up with any points. Obviously, they had that huge run by Owens late in the second quarter, but the Desert Mountain defense stayed strong, and they held them to nothing after that blocked field goal.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a shutout so far by the Wolves defense, but can't forget that Sunrise Mountain, they missed out on 2 potential score lines of field goals, and it didn't go right their way, and a penalty, and something that we talked about in the first half, the penalties, something that
Defense 17.
has changed
5
just
yards.
yet.
Still first down.
Offsides on the Wolves defense. It's going to be 1st and 5. 1st and 5 from the 25-yard line. Owens and Duggar in the backfield. 1st and 5, and that is just not a dagger, but they've got to be well over, or at least well over to 10, close to 15 penalties. Owens takes the pass out of the backfield and is slammed down by the Wolves defense, but he does get the first down.
Yeah, what a tackle there from Cassius, just absolutely bringing him down. But a great awareness there from Duggar to keep the play going and able to pick up some yards and able to actually pick up the first down as well.
Obviously, we're happy to see that Cassius Atheron is okay after coming off the field earlier. And the handoff to Owens, and he's got nowhere to go.
Met up on the legs and then met up on top by Tony Cumberland. He's been kind of quiet on that first half. He was going to make a couple plays here and there, and he makes another big tackle there to force a loss of 3 there.
Cumberland had that costly penalty earlier, but on that play, I mean, he's showing why several of the top schools are wanting him to play next year. Or I'm sorry, in 2 years. Handoff to Owens, and he cuts back, takes it for about 12 yards, but there is a flag on the field. Looks like that might be coming back, possibly holding on the Mustangs. Yep, looks like it's going to be holding on the Mustangs. It's going to be 2nd down and about 24 yards to go.
The penalty play continues on this field. It's going to be curious how much penalties is accumulated after today's game.
I mean, penalties galore today, but now 2nd and a country mile to go for the offense. Are they going to still try and lean on that running game, still try and get chunk plays with that running game, maybe get a Desert Mountain penalty, or are they going to let Duggar throw? They're going to let him throw. And he is nearly taken down, breaks the tackle, breaks another one, and he is taken down finally by Brody Olson, the junior linebacker for the Wolves. And that is a huge loss for the Mustangs.
Yeah, huge loss indeed. And he also fumbled at the very end of the play that resulted in like another -2 yards there. And all of a sudden now it's 3rd and forever.
3rd and 3.5 miles. 3rd and from here to Tempe.
Absolutely.
3rd and about 35 from the 5-yard line. Duggar's trying to get the protection all set. Feet at the end zone. They got to be careful to avoid a safety. There's going to be a rusher, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it was going to be a blitz play there.
General Solomon, the safety for the Wolves, might have been caught offside. And as I alluded to earlier, I mean, there's already another penalty by this Wolves defense. They've managed to keep it scoreless still, but how many penalties can they sustain before something breaks big?
Well, hopefully Coach Hamilton thinks that's 0, because despite all the penalties, it's the defense, they stay committed, they stay home, and not allowing the ball to be free. And just like this drive says, it's like 3rd and 30.
Duggar steps back, throws it out, and it is incomplete. Throws it right over Dennis Ionica's head. Great coverage on the play, but there is a flag.
A lot of contact on that play between Santana and the receiver for Sunrise Mountain. Number 3, Dennis Ionica. A lot of contact there. Referees in the back thought it was a bit too much out of Santana. It's going to see what it is.
If that's another flag on Santana, that's a huge, huge flag against him.
It looks like it is. The referee's bringing the ball more upward. Not only do they get the yards, they get a fresh pair of downs.
Third down and about 15 for the Mustangs. Much better than they were just a second ago back near their end zone. Duggar drops back. He's looking deep, has to move around a little bit, tries to break a tackle, and he's brought down. Looks like it was Dylan Hipp and Cassius Atherton in for the sack again. Desert Mountain's D-line is just going after it right now.
They are rolling absolutely there. And excuse me on the last call, I thought it was going to be a fresh set of downs, resulted in actually a replay of downs with more coverage, and didn't result to anything as well as the defensive linemen. The defense for those Wolves, they're eating. They're despite all the penalties against them, they're showing that they're still committed in this and forced the 3 and out.
Punting unit on the field. Hipp was a little shaken up after that play. He's on the sideline now. Helmet came off, so he had to come out either way. And that punt is going to go out of bounds right around the 45-yard line. Freeburg back there didn't have a chance to go after it. And the Desert Mountain Wolves are in really good position now to start on offense.
Absolutely. Really good field position here on their own 45. Last drive resulting in a beautiful touchdown and really orchestrated by Brady McDonough and Dylan Tapley. Are we going to see more of that in this drive? I say they do.
Well, if they're going to go after one of those 3 big targets, it's going to be either Tapley or Freeburg, because right now Dylan Hipp is on the sideline being attended by a trainer. Hope it's nothing serious. Hope he's going to be okay. But he is not on the field right now. McDonough takes the snap, drops back, and he's looking deep. Airs it out for Tapley again, and he catches it inside the 15-yard line. 40-yard completion for the Wolves, and it is first down. First down and goal from the 9-yard line. What a play.
Wow, right off the get-go. Who else than Dylan Tapley? It seems like Dylan Tapley talked with head coach, and he's like, or probably Brady, and told him, hey, I want the rock. Throw it to me. I'm going to catch everything. And all of a sudden, a big player off the get-go, and they're in the goal line here at the enemy's 9.
Tapley quickly getting involved on offense. McDonough drops back for the pass, and it's a touchdown for Tapley. Dylan Tapley just taking the game over right now. Second touchdown of the day, and it is 28-0 Wolves.
Wow, we can't really say it's been the Desert Mountain Wolves second half. It's been Dylan Tapley's second half. 2 touchdowns right off the gate, and what a play there from Dylan Tapley. Able to get that huge gain right off the rip, and then able to beat his defender on the inside from the slant and get his second touchdown of the night.
Dylan Tapley with a highlight reel kind of night so far, just in a few minutes of the third quarter. Kick is good. It is 29-0. 29-0. Desert Mountain Wolves. Everything clicking in the second half.
Everything clicking indeed. And the question now rises for Sunrise Mountain is their team done? Do you think the team morale is officially over after those back-to-back drives from the Wolves, and all of a sudden the defense is sparking up and the offense, and we have to wonder what's going to happen for the Sunrise offense if they're able to get anything going.
I mean, they can't just it can't be over for them. They got to keep it going. At least there's still enough time for them to get back in the game. It's a 4-score game, but if they can manage to scratch and claw their way through, I mean, they really need something to break their way for them to walk out of here 1-1 instead of 0-2, because they've got a tough opponent next year against Mountain View all the way in Tucson.
It's gonna be an
or I'm sorry, it's at home. Desert Mountain obviously hoping that they could get themselves to 2-0. They've got another really tough opponent. It's their home opener next week. They'll be against Chaparral. Desert Mountain kicks it high. And it is into the end zone for another touchback. Keplinger wasn't going to try and run it back. Didn't see anywhere to go. And we're going to see if Vanden Duggar and if that Sunrise Mountain offense, they tried to lean into the passing game. Obviously, they had to because they were so far back on that set of downs. It was 3rd and 35 at one point. I mean, you can't run it there, but we're going to see if they, down 29, if they're really going to get this passing game going or if they're still going to hold on to that running game and try and just survive on tough yards, chunk runs, and, frankly, Desert Mountain penalties.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, it's been the passing game trying to get going here. And I feel like now it's just more Desert Mountain's defense just not provoking any more penalties. They have to really control, and especially the opponent they play next week.
Motion, and Logan Russell gets the ball on a jet sweep and runs it for a gain of a few yards. Russell's been getting involved on the offense all night, but can they get more involved? Can they get Ionica more involved? Obviously, they've had a few passes that have gone right over his head, but can they connect? Can they try and get Keplinger involved, keep Owens involved, try and get it to all their playmakers on that Sunrise Mountain team? Duggar rolls out to his left and completes it downfield. What a grab by Russell. Right after I'm talking about getting more people involved, just throw it to him.
At that point, just throw it to him as well. He's been really the highlight reel for the Mustangs offense, and they're going to try to go tempo here.
Duggar pressured. And the pass is batted and almost picked off.
Yeah, almost picked off there by Cassius. And, you know, really before that play happened, Russell, so the running back for this team, making the highlight reel, making this plays happen. And obviously you got to credit where credit is due with Duggar able to extend that play and connect to Russell for the gain of approximately 10. And although it's 2nd and 10 here on their own 45, they're getting something going. They're approaching the enemy's territory, and we'll see what can happen on these approachments.
Cassius Atherton, the big Desert Mountain D tackle in there, just completely destroying that play. But there was a penalty on that play.
Another penalty by the Wolves. I'm sure Coach Hamilton is extremely disappointed on that aspect.
Hamilton's got to be furious on that play because Atherton made a huge play and was completely disrupting Duggar. Duggar drops back, runs to his right, trying to look downfield for something. Might have tried to throw it, trying to connect with Ionica, but that pass is incomplete. Not really anywhere he could have gone. Really hard to try and complete that pass. I mean, he had Desert Mountain defenders all over him again.
Yeah, and that's really been the story here of Duggar. He's been really trying his hardest to extend the play, make something out of nothing, and it's been like that. He hasn't had much time in the pocket, and it's resulted. It showed. He can't able to make some good plays, and
Duggar hands it off to Owens. Owens is stopped right before the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of about 2 yards. Desert Mountain's defensive front letting nothing through. Elijah Mears in there on the play. And so if you're Decker, if you're Coach Decker, and depending, forget how this game goes. What are you looking at going forward? Is there anything you can take from this game that you really want to emphasize going into next week, or is there anything that specific that you really need the Sunrise Mountain just team in general to improve on?
I feel like I think a positive you take out of this game is the running game. You get the running game to keep going. It's shown that it's been proven really, really effective against this very strong Wolves team. But moreover, I feel like you have to first look at the offensive lineman. You got to find like a way to at least give Duggar more than a second in the pocket. You got to let him have time so he could throw the rock. He could scan the field, see where the play's happening. And also you have to rely on the receivers as well to try to break off coverage and make a play.
Speaking of leaning into that running game, though, the handoff to Owens gets him a couple yards, about 2 or 3 yards. 3rd down and about 6. And that is going to be another Desert Mountain penalty.
There's no way you can go through this game without emphasizing those penalties. I feel like that's going to be something crucial. And whenever I have a talk with Coach on the postgame, I really want to emphasize how those penalties meant and what is he going to do to fix this? You know, it's been bad. It's more than 10 penalties on just offsides alone.
Looks like that was Logan Russell getting a little too excited on a possible blitz right there. New set of downs for the Mustangs. Duggar drops back. He's looking deep. Looking for Dennis Ionica, and it is off target again. Ionica and Duggar just can't connect tonight. I mean, they're trying. It is really good coverage all night by the Desert Mountain defense, but they just can't find that connection right there.
And then benefit of the doubt for Ionica, you have one of the top 4 stars, 4-star DB in Santana, who's been on coverage against Ionica, and he hasn't allowed him to have his way in today's game, and it's been showing the frustration off Ionica and all the glory off on Santana.
It is a tall task indeed to work against the Texas commit, Santana Wilson. Duggar drops back, airs it out, and that is caught by Jason Keplinger for the touchdown. What a play. Jason Keplinger just beats his man and it gets the first points on the board for Sunrise Mountain. 29-6, and they've got the kicking team out for the extra point.
And just like that, the draw ends. The Wolves defense conceded their first touchdown of the season last week, getting a shutout, 47-0 against Verrado, and it's the Mustangs who provide their first blow here late in the 3rd quarter. What a play there from Keplinger.
Anthony Biddle out here for the point after. Snap is good. Kick is good. 29-7. Desert Mountain still up. 50.1 to play in the 3rd. Now, I know, Sebastian, I know that play wasn't directly caused by a penalty, but don't you feel that just that first penalty that got him at 3rd and 5, right around the 40, and that offsides that just happened earlier, I mean, Coach Hamilton's got to be furious letting that happen.
Absolutely. It's the penalties. And you can't blame me other way. That was good coverage by the DB who was covering Keplinger. It's just Keplinger had the better had the better angle there to corral with the ball. And what a huge throw there by Duggar, my goodness. But really continuing all those penalties, it's been hurting. It's been extending the plays for Mustangs, extending those drives. And you can't blame anything but yourself. The Wolves defense, they allowed more than 10 penalties on their own half. And albeit they've been doing a terrific job, but that's not the way you want to give up your first touchdown of the season. And you really got to fix something on that defensive side, especially with those penalties.
Freeberg and McDonough back to receive the kick, and it is into the end zone for a touchback. Now, I'm going to walk back my statement a little bit. Coach Hamilton's got to be about as mad as he can be for being up 22 points.
Absolutely. As you can see, Hamilton actually having a discussion with the DBs there, probably the defensive unit, just telling them what's going on. And, I feel like most of the frustration out of Hamilton, or Coach Hamilton, excuse me, it's just those penalties. I think if you give up a play like that, you just got to clap and just say good job on the receiver for grabbing that such an amazing ball. But I feel like it's those penalties that's in the back of his head, and you got to see what they could fix up in the last remaining quarter and remaining time here in the 3rd.
McDonough back out, fakes the handoff, throws it out, and it is caught. And Freeberg breaks a tackle and keeps running, and he is down past the 50.
Yeah, I won't lie. I think Jack Freeberg's feeling a little left out on that receiving core, especially what Dylan Tapley just did, excuse me over the voice crack there, Dylan Tapley did in those last 2 drives. He just completely took over, and I feel like Jack Freeberg is just telling him, hey, let me get my chance. Let me get a touchdown here. Last week, Jack Freeberg had the upper end going for a touchdown and 96 yards, and Tapley only going for a touchdown and 76 yards. And
10 yards, repeat
just the interruption, I think it's going back. Another penalty on the Wolves.
Another penalty on the Wolves. A 10-yard penalty. It's going to be a holding call.
And just like that, the yards deducted off of Jack Freeberg and that offense tempo.
First down, or 1st and 2. McDonough fakes the handoff and runs it, and he is down at the 35-yard line.
You know, every time I see McDonough run, you just got to think of that ACL and how amazing his journey in his health is. Being on the field here in less than a year. ACL injuries, those are not easy to overcome.
It sure is impressive. And with Freeberg, I mean, he's getting involved in the offense, and Tapley's getting involved in the offense, and we're going to go to break right now. 29-7, Desert Mountain going into the 4th.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name.
Welcome back from break, everybody. Welcome back from break, everybody. 29-7, Desert Mountain. They're getting to work on offense, start of the 4th quarter. Freeberg motions across. McDonough drops back, and he is sacked. First sack of the night for McDonough and Sunrise Mountain. They've got to be pleased with that play. Finally getting to McDonough, and finally something going wrong for that Sunrise Mountain offense. Or, sorry, Desert Mountain offense.
Especially how wrong something went. The first sack, I believe, in the game for Sunrise Mountain. And could be a little bit ambitious to actually save with that touchdown. In lighting that defense, there's still a quarter to play there, and they're only down by 3 scores.
2nd down and about 20. McDonough. He's got Sheffrin motioning. He's in the backfield now. Hands it off to Sheffrin. Sheffrin breaks a tackle, and he might go. Sheffrin might get the first down. No, he's going to be just short. Huge run for Sheffrin. And it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd down and about a yard for the Desert Mountain Wolves. Sorry, 3rd down. 3rd down and about a yard. Sheffrin with about a 14-yard run right there. Broke a couple tackles. And Desert Mountain's getting their running game going.
Absolutely. A huge gain of 19 yards there, which makes 2nd and 20 into 31. 30 manageable. Let's see if they could just get the first down here and continue the drive.
Dylan hit back in the game. You love to see that. Happy he's okay. Motions across the field. McDonough dumps it off to Journey Solomon again.
He's been kind of quiet ever since he got that huge touchdown and a couple yards right after that. And other than that, his name hasn't been really mentioned other than Dylan Tapley, who just took over the 2nd half.
Quiet but not gone. It's 1st down, Desert Mountain, right at the 50. McDonough's got the team at the line. trying to get everyone set. I formation. And the snap is handed off to McDonough. He's going to take it. 30-yard run, nearly 30-yard run. And Desert Mountain has it down at the 20. And we've got an injured player.
Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's able to get up on his own powers. I believe that was Jack McDonough, the brother of Brady, who's currently down on the field. We hope that he's going to be okay. And just to diverse off the topic, so far, first drive on the fourth quarter for the Wolves. Obviously, probably just using this drive as just a simple way to really clock the time here and try to end this game. And the question still begs to differ. How are these penalties going to affect going on into the season? You know, next week, like you mentioned, they play against a very tough Chaparral team. And what those penalties could do, it could really hurt them.
Desert Mountain, I mean, their offense, the whole team essentially has been a fairly well-oiled machine, but that machine is showing a few defects with all of these penalties. I mean, how long can it go on? How far can you make it when your team is probably either near or over 100 yards in penalties in this game?
Yeah, obviously not a way you want to be known as the game. You know, it's going to be rough, but this game is easily as, yeah, we have McDonough, able to get up on his own power, which we love to see. But at the end of the day, you know, despite Desert Mountain probably going to come out victorious in this game, I feel like Coach Hamilton is just going to look back into this game and just think of it as the penalty game for this team. You know, obviously allowing more than 100 yards on perhaps penalties, and not the way you want to end that. And you're going to see how really Coach Hamilton defers, and we'll see how this end game closes out.
If the game keeps going as it is, it's going to be a long day in the film room tomorrow for both teams. But we're happy to see that McDonough is all right and has made it off the field under his own power. And Desert Mountain, after a penalty, is going to start at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10. Empty backfield. Sheffrin motioning. And the pass is intended for Tapley, but that falls to the dirt.
I think it might have been intended
for Freeburg.
But it ended up in the hands of Tapley. Probably a miss of communication there. A lot of weapons were actually open there for McDonough. Just a bit of confusion there.
He could have dumped it off to Sheffrin. He was open on a little wheel route right there. Tapley was open, but it's 2nd down and 10 for the Wolves. And let's see if the Sunrise Mountain defense can do something. Let's see if they can hold him again. McDonough in the backfield, takes the snap, hands it off, fakes the handoff to Ryan McDonough and dumps it off to Tapley. Tapley breaks a tackle, almost breaks another, and flags on the field. Ball is at the 32-yard line. But flag on the field. This play might be coming back.
It seems that this game is just expectations of just every play. You got to look on the field to make sure there's no dirty laundry on there. But unfortunately, great play from Tapley. It's probably going to be taken back here unless the ref discusses it to confirm. But like you mentioned, might be coming back as a holding call.
The second half has been basically the Dylan Tapley show, except the only thing that's stopping him right now is the penalties on Desert Mountain.
Yeah, we're going to really need to point out how many penalties out there. It's really funny how everything goes into full circle. I got to talk with one of the referees earlier today to put on some gadgets on him, and I was telling him, hey, let's not make this let's not put any dirty laundry out there. And he's like, that's what I plan to. And unfortunately, it's been quite the opposite in today's game.
It's not his fault either. I mean, both teams have given them plenty to throw flags for.
Seems like it was 2 penalties on the play, and one of them was a holding call, which was denied, and can't really make out what the other penalty was.
Well, it's going to be 2nd and 19. I'm sorry, it's going to be 2nd and close to 25.
And forever.
for the Desert Mountain Wolves.
Kind of similar to the last drive where I believe it was Schifrin who got a really nice gain of 19 yards when they were down, and they're going back even more yards. What's going on here?
Another penalty. I was about to correct myself for my bad math, but we're getting close to that number and further. It is 2nd down.
And 25 exactly if you look at the scoreboard.
And 25. 2nd and 25. Or I'm sorry, 2nd and 35. 2nd and 35 from the 25. Fakes the handoff. Dumps it off to Freeberg. Freeberg makes a man miss. Tries to break a tackle and can't. He is down at the 30-yard line. 3rd down. 3rd down and 30 yards.
3rd down and 30 indeed. 3rd down and forever. My goodness, these penalties absolutely just killing the Desert Mountain. And it's really been the tempo. You know, they start off the second half, back-to-back touchdowns. And after that, those penalties just destroy them.
3rd down and 30. One of many, many penalties for the Desert Mountain Wolves. Has them set back once again. Man motioning out from the backfield. McDonough dumps it off to Freeberg again. Freeberg makes a man miss, and he's going to make another man miss. Almost breaks a 3rd tackle, and he is down at the 42-yard line, and there is a flag on the field again. You know, Sebastian, if I didn't know any better, some of these flags would be coming on the field in a Desert Mountain effort to maybe get some more chunk plays.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting what happens here. Yeah, another penalty. I feel like penalty has been the most used word in our broadcast today.
It definitely has.
It's actually going to go in favor of the Wolves here. Going to go a couple yards in front. We're going to see how many yards, and I feel like it's definitely going to be a 1st down here for the Wolves.
Changing the beat of the drum for tonight. It is a penalty on Sunrise Mountain. Not sure what the penalty is, but it's going to be 4th down and about 2, maybe 3 yards to go for Desert Mountain. Brady McDonough is still on the field. The Desert Mountain is going to go for it. Are you trying to run it up the middle with this? Are you trying to stretch it out to the sideline, or maybe something quick like an outbreaking route to Dylan Tapley? Maybe what would you do here? And it's going to be a pass, and there is another
penalty. At this point, it's just a laughing stock. You know, my goodness, it's just. Seems like it's just a mess, and really before just to answer your question, I think at this point you're Desert Mountain, you just run the ball, just try to kill the clock, try to end this game as fast as you can.
7:49 left in the game for those of you joining us. 29-7, Desert Mountain, and it is going to be 3rd down and about 8 to go from the 51-yard line. 4th down and 8 from the 51, or 49. Again, I apologize. I am not a math major. That's the reason I'm not a I'm not a computer science major. So there's another timeout. 4th down, about 8 yards to go. And let's see what Coach Hamilton and the Desert Mountain Wolves have up their sleeve here. Once again, not doing themselves any favors with the penalties.
Yeah, and I feel like one thing to mention is how long this game has been. I feel like the duration of this game has extended more than what we really anticipated. It's about to be 9:30 here in Arizona time, and I feel like you just have to blame the penalties because every penalty stops the clock. And at this point, especially with the lead that Desert Mountain has right now, the clock should be continuing going, but the penalties, it's a required rule. You stop it, and I don't know how many penalties were just in this drive alone.
We're well over 15 on the game, maybe closing in on 20.
I wouldn't doubt we're over 20 right now.
McDonough in the backfield. I'm sorry, not McDonough in the backfield. Desert Mountain elects to punt, and it is fielded by Elijah Mendez. Right around the 10-yard line. It's going to be first down for Sunrise Mountain. Once again, what was a rare occurrence last week, the punting unit running out onto the field, it's happened once again, in large part due to Desert Mountain penalties.
And indeed, it's just been those penalties. And I can't fathom how many penalties it's been in this game. And, really not to mention that this game has not been dirty. Each players, they're all respecting each other. There's been no really unsportsmanlike conduct. It's just been really the main play, the main gameplay, those offsides, those pass interference. You got to get those under control.
Duggar in the backfield, hands it off to Owens again, and that's going to be a gain of about 6 yards for the Mustangs. I'm sorry, a gain of about 4 yards, second down, 6 to go, and they are at right around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it seems to be they're probably just going to try to run the game out. But however, if you're a Sunrise Mountain right now, I feel like you got to take in consideration how weak the defense been for Desert Mountain, allowing so many penalties, and try to get something out of nothing.
Low snap, Duggar is pressured, and he has to throw it away. Almost ran out of the end zone.
We have another penalty.
Another penalty.
And it's going to result in a safety.
Intentional grounding on the Mustangs. It's going to be a safety. 31-7, Wolves. 31-7, Wolves, 7:05. Thank you for joining us live on YouTube. We're here in Sunrise Mountain High School out in Peoria. And we've seen just about everything in this game. Big plays, big penalties, huge losses, and it's going to be an interesting going into next week.
Yeah, and, first and foremost, let me get a quick recap of what just happened in this entire game. And like you said, big plays. 10 minutes and 21 seconds in the first quarter, we had a touchdown by the Wolves. Journey Solomon, who had a huge gain, just straight up the seam in the middle, able to beat out the middle linebacker and the safety to go on for a 40-plus yard touchdown. Continuing on, 5 minutes and 35 on that first quarter, we had another touchdown by Max Shearfin, who took it to the house, breaking tackles left and right and able to score. From there, it's been more of a calm situation. They scored another field goal, and they don't score again until the second quarter, where it was exactly at the 10-yard line 2 minutes. I got my times all over messed up. It seems like they scored a big field goal right at the very end. At the end, I think it was halftime. It was 16-0, I believe, right at halftime. So only 2 touchdowns scored by the Wolves in the first half, and then right after that, third quarter, back-to-back drives. Dylan Tapley drive. Let's just put it that way, the Dylan Tapley drive.
The Dylan Tapley drive. It has been – obviously, the Sunrise Mountain offense has had it all going tonight, but it's been a different approach at half. I mean, in the first half, it was all Parker Owens. It wasn't all Parker Owens. It was all Max Sheffrin. It was all Journey Solomon. And Ryan McDonough, but now it's been Dylan Tapley has been the main target at half. And that kick is fielded by Freeberg. Freeberg takes it outside, and there are more flags on the field. He walks out right around the 30-yard line, but this play is going to be moving somewhere.
It's going to be moving. So as soon as I saw the flag, as soon as I saw the flag, I just grabbed my hands and I couldn't believe it. Another penalty. My goodness. These penalties do not stop. At this point, just put the whole field yellow and call it a penalty.
I mean, another penalty. Looks like it's going to be holding on the Wolves, I'd guess. And that play is going to go back another 10 yards. First down and 10. Wolves are going to go to work at the 15-yard line. And they're going to be working uphill to try and score.
As we're now under 7 minutes. And I think McDonough has been finally...
McDonough takes the snap and pitches it off to Ryan. Ryan takes it out to the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, that was Grant Gardineau in the backfield.
Yeah, it seems
not
to be that
McDonough.
McDonough's day is finally over.
6:42 on the clock, left in the fourth quarter. 31-7. Desert Mountain Wolves. It has been all Desert Mountain. Brady McDonough probably done for the night. And Grant Gardineau is going to take over.
The freshman of this team.
Grant Gardineau drops the ball. Flags on the field. He falls on it. Let's see what will happen here. Looks like it was Donovan Sanders in on the play. Donovan Sanders disrupting that Desert Mountain offense. Grant Gardineau, the freshman signal caller for the Wolves, trying to see what he can do. Penalty is declined, though. Second down and about 16 yards to go.
You know, something that I will plan on doing next week for the Chaparral game is have like a tally of how many penalties are in the game.
Gardineau hands it off, cutback, and Desert Mountain is going to have the ball at the 30-yard line. Big run by Cameron Terry, the junior. Cameron Terry, about a 9-yard run. 3rd down and 8 from the 30-yard line. Desert Mountain coming out of the huddle. Gardineau in shotgun. Terry to his left, or to his right. Gardineau takes the snap, drops back, and he's looking for, looks like he was looking for Brody Olson. Olson drops the ball, and it's going to be 4th down, Desert Mountain.
4th down, Punyon is finally going to come out, and it must have been another drive full of penalties. And I got a question for you, if you could remember. Did we ever have a drive without any penalties?
I would not bet on it. If I was a betting man, I'm not putting money on that.
I'm not. Make that 2 of us.
4th down and about 8. Desert Mountain is about to punt. Ball is high, and it's going to be a fair catch at the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, at the 25-yard line.
At the end of the day, I got to choose a player of the game as a job as the color analyst, and I might as well just get the punter on. I'm joking. He did some great plays. Obviously, when we see him on the field, he has a really strong leg. But more strongly, although he hasn't really been in the entire game, he kind of really did change up the game aspect. I would go with Brady McDonough. However, he did win player of the game last week. So we're going to try to switch it up for Desert Mountain here. We're going to bring on Dylan Tapley. You know, he woke up after that first half, he goes those 2 drives and just takes control. And from there, you know, the environment, the mentality of both teams it was set in stone after Tapley just decided to take over. And although he's been quiet for the majority of this 4th quarter, I wouldn't doubt that he's not even playing anymore. But I feel like he deserves his player of the game, especially for what he did at that second half.
Duggar drops back. Passes intended for Ionica again, and they cannot connect. Ball falls to the dirt, and it is going to be 2nd and 10. Ionica working against Santana Wilson still, and they can just not find that connection right there. Duggar motions Owens over to his side. He keeps the ball, trying to run for it, and he is slammed down after a gain of about 2.
Let me tell you something. Cassius Atherton, he's a very big guy, and the way he tackles just absolutely puts a scare into my heart for all those players. who are wrapped out around him. But that's how you know that he's sure, like, able to grab the opponent and able to take him down to the ground and ensure that the play is over.
I mean, big guy's an understatement. The senior D tackle is 6'3", 250 pounds, and he has been everywhere tonight. And there is another flag on the field. Stop me if you've heard that before. And this ball is moving up. Offsides on the Wolves. I feel like I'm a broken record right now.
At this point, you just take this as a joke now for the penalties. But if I'm Coach Hamilton, that's something you're going to be working on this week, those hard counts. The hard counts absolutely destroyed your team today. And although you're going to come out victorious here at Sunrise High School, those penalties, you can't take that, especially who you're going to be playing against Chaparral next week. I
mean, I know it sounds weird, but, like, I would almost tell the guys just to take a step back before they get set. So if you're jumping, you got at least a foot to work with. But, I mean, I don't know. Other than that, I don't know what you can do if you're Desert Mountain, just keeping these penalties under control. Looks like the play clock expired there. Might be a delay of game penalty. I'm not sure.
Might be a timeout.
Did they get the timeout off in time?
Seems like the teams are reuniting.
Timeout. Sunrise Mountain. 3:45 to play in the fourth quarter. 31-2. Desert Mountain. Obviously, 31-7. Desert Mountain. Obviously, that 7 comes from the huge touchdown pass by Duggar. But other than that, the Desert Mountain defense has been able to hold up. They've let up nothing else, even with, I mean, let's accept it, well over 100 yards in penalties.
Well, let's just put it this way. I feel like it was Desert Mountain against themselves today. Those penalties.
It has been.
That comes up to you. You know, you're responsible for all the penalties that you give out, and you can't have that as a team. Absolutely. I know Coach Hamilton is not pleased with, despite coming out victorious, you know, like you mentioned before, you could be mad as, you know, you're leading 31-7, but I know those penalties, it hurts him, and it's going to hurt the team as well, and that's something that they have to improve on, because you can't win a championship in your own region if you're going to allow so many yards off of just penalties alone.
Motions Owens over to his right. Snap is almost fumbled, and Owens is dropped in the backfield. It's going to be 4th down and about 6 to go for Sunrise Mountain, and the punting unit is coming back out again. Now, obviously, I mean, what's looking like it's going to be a win is a win. So I'm guessing, what are you saying to the team if you're Conrad Hamilton? Is it just like a celebrate it tonight and then dig into the dozens of penalties that we have seen tomorrow, or what are you telling the team after this game, or even tomorrow or next week?
So first, you bring up, like, obviously you congratulate your people. You at least come out victorious in the game. It's not the cleanest at all, not the best as well, and you know there's also advantages, as I believe we have another flag.
We have another penalty on the field. The punt didn't come off the leg well at all. It only got it to the 50-yard line after several bounces, but there is another penalty on the field, and let's see where this is moving.
So, just to continue what I was just mentioning, you congratulate your people, but whenever Coach Conrad Hamilton looks at film, but I think if it's tomorrow or whether Monday, you have to just look at all those penalties that you allowed. Those penalties, it's going to be a long film, but you have to look at every single one of them and see what went wrong. And the majority of them is just because the offsides. Offside penalty, they got the hard count wrong. Obviously, you got a whole team full of ambitious athletes who want to get to that rock, want to get to the ball, force a big play. And you have to review those, and you have to correct those. I feel that's the simple play. It's the penalty game for sure, without a doubt.
Handoff taken right up the middle, and that's going to go not too far, about a 2-yard gain for the Desert Mountain Wolves. But add another 10-yard holding penalty on that previous play that sets them up. They started at the 40 instead of the 50. And We have 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go. And Grant Garduno is back in the huddle. Let's see what Desert Mountain has up their sleeve. Garduno in the backfield. And the snap is high and over Garduno's head. And he does not have the ball. Sunrise Mountain comes up with it right around the 20-yard line. Bad snap. Garduno could not get to it in time. And Sunrise Mountain catches a break. They're back on offense with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go. They'll get a playoff right before the 2-minute warning. And hopefully have something, get something working to build on going into next week. Duggar in the backfield. 3 receivers to his right. Drops back. To his left. Looking to his left. Pass is intended for Logan Russell. Drops to the floor. There were several Desert Mountain defenders in the area, but it didn't matter either way. There's a penalty on the field. Again, it is holding against the Mustangs, and this is going to be 1st and 20. 1st down and 20 for the Mustangs. Obviously not what you want to see when you're just trying to get the defense or trying to get the offense to get something they could build on, get a few plays in a row where they have just at least a good feeling in there, something's working. And now Sunrise Mountain has to go to work back at the 30. Duggar drops back, floats a ball in the air, and it is well over Dennis Ionica's head. That connection, Duggar's looked his way many times. He's given him a few chances, but like this last play, it's either been well over his head, just offline, or it's been broken up by Santana Wilson, who has had himself a day, aside from the handful of penalties. 2nd down, still about 20 to go from the 30-yard line. Duggar in the backfield drops back, looking deep, and that pass is picked off, and that will all but end the game. Picked off by Desert Mountain with 1:38 to go. It is 31-7. Desert Mountain is going to have the ball at the 35-yard line. Coach Hamilton can send the team out. Grant Garduno. They just need to get 1 first down, and then they can kneel it out. Sunrise Mountain still has a timeout. Not sure if they will use it here with the score being the way it is. 31-7, 1:38 left in the 4th quarter. I'm Stephen Buxton. Stay tuned. We will have Sebastian on the field interviewing the player of the game and Coach Hamilton after the game. That will be aired during the post-game show. Tune in to Varsity Sports post-game show later on after the game. 31-7, and the Wolves are in victory formation. Garduno under center. What a game. We've seen a little bit of everything. Huge chunk plays on offense, a few beautiful passes downfield, long touchdowns, but it's been a story of just penalty after penalty. But Desert Mountain found a way. They played through it. Garduno takes the snap, kneels, And they found a way to get through, but they've got a whole lot to work on going into next week. Obviously, the offense and defensive performances were well above what was needed, but just need to work on a bit of discipline and need to keep those penalties out of there if they want to win next week. And next week we will be at Desert Mountain for their home opener against Chaparral. That should be a good game. Desert Mountain getting in front of their home crowd for the first time this season. They will be 2-0. Sunrise Mountain will be 0-2, and it's going to be an uphill battle for them to get back on track, get that program another winning season. Sunrise Mountain, they came in, gave it all they had, but it's not enough. 26 seconds to go, and this clock is going to run out, and Desert Mountain wins it 31-7. 31-7, Desert Mountain. They're 2-0. Brady McDonough had himself a great game, and obviously player of the game will most likely be Dylan Tapley, who just exploded after halftime. Okay. Wait, I'm muted. Oh. I'm Stephen Buxton with Varsity Sports Show. Thank you for watching. 31-7, Desert Mountain. Thank you for watching. We're going to go to break. And tune in for the post-game show later on to hear from the player of the game and to hear from Coach Hamilton.